Hey everybody, Dave from Reacted's back again already. Hate to be putting myself in front of the camera every. This is, I think that it's probably better this way. I don't know. People seem to be more receptive of me being in front of the camera. I'm actually getting more comments on the couple videos that it was just me and no tarantulas. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But I missed a couple questions and I wanted to resolve that because I felt kind of bad because I did say in the last video I probably should have looked at my community tab. And I'm not getting notifications from that. I don't know why, so I got to figure that out. But there were 3 more questions there, and I'd like to answer them. So the first question was, what started my love for teas? And this was asked by Sully717. Really, when I found the Aphonopelma hensai, or not I found, but they found the Aphonopelma hensai at work, and I brought it home. I really enjoyed that tarantula. It was not that long after that I bought a few more, and I really think it was the versicolor that I bought, which turned out to be a male. That was the one I do believe that really I used to watch that tarantula all the time. That one and the Hapalopa species Columbia large are the 2 that really captivated me in the beginning, and I think that's really that little baby blue spider really brought it all together for me. It was really that crux, those handful of tarantulas I got, and it was in October, late October, and it was right after the Buffalo Reptile Show because I got them at our mall here, and the guy from the mall, Jim, he goes up there to every show and he brings some stuff back, and he brought some tarantulas back, and those were the first ones that I actually ever purchased. So, well, other than the rose hair that I had prior to the hensai, but that's really the crux of what really gave me the push to have that love for the hobby itself. Little C asked, how many do I have? And the answer is 129 tarantulas, 1 megalomorph, Lycanthognathus frankie female, who I do believe should be molting sometime soon. She's on a hunger strike, so yeah. Unless there's Balfours missing, I don't know. I don't ever see them, but everybody was accounted for, other than the Balfours the other day when I went through everybody. Out of the 129, a couple of them are going to go away here next week, and we'll be getting, I don't know, 5, 6 more maybe by Christmas. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I do want to get a couple from my friend Tom. I sent him a message today. We'll see when he responds back to me. And the last question was from Sweet Escape. Got a good channel. Go check him out. He asked me a few old world teas I like best off the top of my head. So I started thinking about this, and instead of me answering the question, why don't I just show you 5 of my favorites? Would that be cool with you guys? I think you'll like them. I do. I really enjoy these 5, and hopefully they'll kind of grace us with their presence. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but let's go bring them down, and you guys can check them out. Okay, so here is the problem with old worlds, well, at least a lot of them anyway, is that they hide, okay? And sometimes the only way that you get to see them is to try and feed them. So we're going to start with this gal here. She is definitely one of my favorites. See if we can get her to come out. Get all the webbing off the worm here. Let's do that first. See if she'll come out. This is the Augustofelis isendami. This is a female. We won't let that worm bury itself. Oh, she's coming out. Better hurry, dear. Better hurry. 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 They're not hurrying. She's a very pretty spider. Again, if I had to say, get a baboon. If you came to me and said I want to get my first old world terrestrial species. Okay, well, let's eliminate all the arboreal species. This is definitely probably one of the top 2 or 3 that I would recommend, the Augustophilus isendami. Even though they live in a burrow underground, they are a lot of fun, and generally they stick to their habitat there. They prefer dry substrate, so you don't have to go crazy. She does have a water dish. I've never seen her drink out of it, but she doesn't web much. So you could see she'll probably have to re-web that stuff that I took out on accident there. Well, the worm took it out. I just got rid of it. And she's webbed back here. But she's not a huge webbing tarantula, so you'll get the structure basically of whatever habitat you build is basically what's going to be seen. So you can see she's got a nice little piece of wood here that's curved, and I've made a starter burrow for her to go down there, and then she burrows all the way down back to here. So that's the Augustophilus isendami. And just for reference, I'm not doing these in any, oh goodness, kind of order. You stay in there. This next one up is my Ornithoctinae species Prisondea abuelis. This is an old world tarantula from Laos. You'll see it coming into the screen there. She fed on a small red runner this morning, so I don't know if she's going to take this mealworm or not, but this is a different type of old world altogether. What I have found, keeping the 2 that I have, first of all, they are very, very quick. One of the quickest tarantulas that I own. They are very nervous, very skittish. They will roam around their enclosure a lot when they're nervous. I don't particularly trust either one of these 2, especially the larger one, not to bolt on me. And it's really actually, I don't leave the lid off these very often, so you're getting a treat, even though you may not see her come back. I don't know. She's back here underneath her piece of wood here. Now, what I found with these is that I have not got either one of these 2 to burrow. This one here basically was in a softball enclosure and made just a little web funnel in the corner behind some wood. Here she is webbed up like a GBB, and this is what I generally say when people ask me what they're like. I say that they actually resemble the care for a GBB, except for a little bit damper. They do like some humidity. As you can see, we have the moss. This is living moss. So we'll wet that down, and that'll create a nice humid area on this side. But she doesn't dig. She likes to stay above ground, and she loves running around. She's got a network of tunnels and web there. Absolutely stunning species. There's no common name for these. So I always, I made up my own just because of the Prisondea abuelis. Of course, abuelis is French, I believe, for bee, and they're found in Laos. So I call them the cell block B, as in BEE, earth tiger. That's my common name for them. We'll see if it catches on, but she'll probably get this mealworm as soon as we close her back up. She does like to keep that pressure inside. It's like, when you lift that up, the pressure of the enclosure lid being on there is gone, so they do kind of get flighty. My larger female, is way worse than this female here. But again, Prisondea abuelis, Ornithoctinae species Prisondea abuelis, or actually species Laos is another name. You can see she's very, very, very sketchy. See her right there. Hopefully we'll get another video of her sometime when she's out and about or feeding, that you can actually get a good look at her. I just don't trust her at all not to just climb over the edge and say bye-bye. You can see her right there. Let's see if we can get a close-up of her. It's going to be through the plastic, but at least you'll get an idea. There she is there. Very vibration-sensitive tarantula. She might come up and get that worm now that she's over on this end of the enclosure. Yeah, there she is. Thank you. And she'll take it away. She is definitely a tarantula that does like to do happy dances and spins. Now that she'll eat right here in this corner. This is where her favorite spot is, actually. Hold on, I'll get you there. Right there. Let's focus you in. Oh, yeah, she's not going to do it this time. Usually she sits right there and she just does a happy dance. But yeah, so Prisondea abuelis, Ornithoctinae. Actually, still, Ornithoctinae is a subfamily name, so she still doesn't actually have a genus or species. So she's an unspecified tarantula belonging to the Ornithoctinae subfamily. Okay, this one we might need to come down here for. Let's see. We can get the camera to stay. This is the Harpactira pulchripes, or the golden blue leg baboon. Oh yeah, that was a quick takedown there, huh? Again, how can you go wrong with anything orange? And then if you add the blue into the orange, makes it even better. Being a Denver Broncos fan from the NFL, for those of you that aren't here in the United States, their colors are orange and blue, so this tarantula really fits the bill for me because I am a Broncos fan. So, yeah. I don't know if she'll come out. This is a unconfirmed female. Looks ventrally female, but not confirmed. I did have one before that was a female. Oh God, she was gorgeous. I traded her to Ruth from Mostly Reptiles so she could breed her. I just didn't have the desire at that time to try and breed. So I let her take her. I don't know if she's bred her yet or not, but I'm sure that she's probably close to it if she hasn't yet. So Harpactira pulchripes, the golden blue leg baboon. The other two common names, who, you know, I forget, the Izandami, that might be the Mozambique golden baboon, maybe. I know that's a common name for somebody, I just don't remember who. And again, the Ornithoctinae species louse, I made up my own, which was the cell block B earth tiger. Okay, let's move on to the last two. Now, I'm not using my Poecilotheria subfusca or species Highland because I'm just doing terrestrials here. But if I was doing like a top 5 list, she definitely would be on the top 5 list. These are just 5 of my favorites. They're not in any kind of order or any, you know, this is what you must have. My camera's falling. This is also a species here that I would not hesitate to recommend. Sorry for the camera shakiness there. I'm trying to get to stop falling on me. Definitely would recommend this species to a beginner. Or maybe someone that, maybe not a beginner, but somebody that's looking into getting their first old world. They do tend to be more of an out and open baboon. They don't generally dig. They will, you know, given the opportunities, you can see here, I'm still talking and still fighting this camera at the same time. She just took a spot underneath this, or underneath the leaves there really, and just kind of made herself a web burrow, and that's what she lives on. She didn't dig anything out. Okay, let's move on to the last two. Okay, so next up is going to be one of the horned baboons. This is the Ceratojaurus darlingi female. I'm just going to throw a small mealworm in there because she's looking kind of large, so she's probably getting ready to molt. She may not eat this, but she will eat that. There she is right there. She may come up. Absolutely gorgeous species, and she's kind of large back there, so I'm surprised she actually ate this. We'll see if she actually comes up, but maybe not. She's going to eat that in her corner. That little section right there is just that. That's all that's there. Just that one spot. So that's one of her hiding spots, but you can see her main burrow entrance here, and then she's got one over here, and then she also has a little divot over here that she likes to hang out in on the right-hand side, opposite where she is right now. I can't wait till she molts again. She's going to be, her dark earth tones are just absolutely amazing with the creams, and you know, she's got some reddish setae on her legs. Just absolutely gorgeous species. I don't know if we can tickle her out or not. Probably not, but she might come out again. There she is. So there she is. Just absolutely stunning. They seem to be a little bit more settled as they grow into their enclosure. When they're young, they do have the habit of, you know, possibly being more bolty, you know, trying to feed or water or, you know, just doing maintenance in the enclosure, whatever it may be. They do tend to want to just take off. So far, I've been pretty fortunate with my baboons. I don't give them much leeway in the beginning until I know that they're comfortable enough not to come out, and especially on film like this, because, you know, it's a lot to try to get me to catch her while I'm trying to film. That's the bad part, is if she took off, it would be a little bit more difficult for me to get a hold of her. So I do tests with them when I don't film, and I just feed, where I have multiple catch cups here just in case. But this one's been pretty good about not ever trying to climb out of her enclosure one time. So All right, before this camera falls on top of her and she freaks out and runs away for the first time, let's move on to the last old world for today's video. Maybe she's going to give us a little bit of a show. Yeah, it's just a little tiny mealworm. You can see the size of her abdomen. She has a good size baboon there. She's looks like she should be molting. I'm surprised that she actually took that, to be honest with you. I really am, with the size of what she is. And I've been trying to stay away from feeding her for a little while because she looks so big, but oh yeah, she's really going to give you a view now. Look at that. Yeah, she's a little bit bigger than what I would like to see her, and I really didn't think she'd take that worm. I'm surprised she did. A lot of times she'll just, bite it and leave it because she's not happy. Okay, let's put her away and get the last one. Okay, so last but not least on the list, we're not going to feed her because I do believe she's really approaching pre-molt. This is my Orphnaeus philippinus, or Philippinus. I don't know why someone said Philippinus, but it's Philippinus, I would think, because from the Philippines. There she comes, little Miss Cheeto, peeking out saying hi. Now, do you want something? Yeah, I know exactly what you want. You're going to crawl all the way over here, and I'm going to put the lid on you because you're going to want to try and get out, and I'm not really in the mood to try and keep you from coming out. Well, anyway, there she is. So, no, that's better. Just come out, say hi, go back in, do a little bit of webbing, hang out. What you're doing is perfectly fine. I like that. You can see how long her abdomen's got. So she should be molting sometime. I would say I give her Christmas time, right around there. I'm hoping. Gosh, she's just absolutely something, isn't she? She's definitely the star of the Eerie Arachnids channel. If I could get her to do all the talking, I would, because she's a sexy animal there. So, yeah, what do you want to know about these guys? I raised her since she's been a sling. So, I believe I've had her for almost 3 years, maybe 2.5 years now. And she's not full grown. She's probably in the neighborhood of 3, maybe a tad bit longer than 3 inches. And it's a shame because one of the more reputable guys in the hobby, who's a member of the tarantula community, has a mature male, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dave's got a female," but Dave's female's not ready to breed yet. It's such a shame. Yeah, she probably has another couple, 2-3 molts before she'll be ready, but she will definitely be high on my list of priorities to breed. I'd actually love to just steal all the ones that Pulp Friction has left, just to possibly get a male out of one of them, but space. So yeah, she gets a full enclosure wet down, which is usually the bottom 3 inches of substrate will be completely, mostly saturated for her, and then of course the surface saturation because of that, which she will definitely come out and drink from, and now she's closing herself up because I've been bugging her. Yeah, I know. She's actually been real good. The last handful of weeks she's been very, very sketchy, not running around, but really wandering around the walls of her enclosure at night. I don't know if she just wants to come and hang out with me that much, that she's trying to find a way to get out, or she just wants to get out. Okay, so my alarm on my phone went off. I have no idea why my alarm would be set for 7:20 p.m. on a Friday. I'm trying to rationalize that. I can only think that it might have been last week when I wasn't feeling good and I had to go pick up my daughter from work that I may have set that alarm, but 7:20 doesn't seem like a reasonable time, seeing that she doesn't get to work till 9:30. So I have to figure out, trying to think back of why I did that. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 outstanding old world species. We've got a couple baboons, an earth tiger who's out now, just hanging there. Actually, you've got 3 baboons, right? So we can try. I don't think that Cheeto will want to eat. But we could try a little worm and see if she might take it. If nothing else, she'll turn around and smack it or kill it and leave it. She's been known to do that a few times. But we also don't want to let this worm dig. Even though it'll be a long time before this worm can pupate into anything. She's not going to be happy. You don't want it, do you? So that's going to be my telltale sign that she's in that stage where pre-molt is going to be prevalent, and we'll probably see her again when she's nice and beautiful and orange. So what I'm going to do now is probably end this and clean out this super worm enclosure, because there were some worms that, you know, they molted and the casings are laying around. It looks like a couple worms have died. So they tend to not smell very good when they do die. So we're going to get that cleaned up and get this video uploaded, and we'll see you guys in the near future. I'm going to start, again, I think I did say this earlier, but I'm going to start filming the 12 Days of Christmas. So some things that you'll see a day with nothing but Ceratojaris species. You'll see there'll be a day with just slings, little tiny baby slings. There'll be a Lasiodora day. Well, before, you know, the fourth day would be 4 friends' favorite spiders. You know, you'll probably see something like a Brachypelma day and probably an Arboreal day. I don't have enough dwarf tarantulas to do a dwarf tarantula day. I think we're going to throw a couple scorpions in there for one day, just because it's going to kind of change things up just a little bit. That'll be towards the end there. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And if you guys have any ideas of videos that you would like to see, you know, maybe before Christmas, but I don't know that we all get them before Christmas. But these videos will start coming out on the 12th, so we're not too far away from these 12 Days of Christmas things. And that'll probably fill you up through Christmas with me. And so if you guys have any ideas of stuff you'd like to see, you know, at the beginning of the year, I will do a community question. So we'll look for a question to pop up on the community tab on videos that you guys would like to see, anything specific. Nothing crazy. I'm not holding any Poecilotheria or Old World tarantulas. We do need to do we need to feed our Homoioma chilensis. She's fed 2 times since her not so wonderful pairing. So we'll see. We'll try and feed her again and see if we can get her to eat. Matter of fact, I'll probably do that as soon as this video uploads tonight, and then we'll film her. And that's going to be it, really. Again, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm, you know, actually tickled to be where we're at. You know, I mean, people always say I should have a lot more subscribers than what I do, and believe me, I'm humbled to have the ones that I do have. The people that are, you know, constantly there on my videos all the time. Yeah, you guys know who you are, Deb and Goldie and Channy. The people that constantly comment. Andy's always watching my videos. So it's nice to have those people that you know, continually watch your stuff and always comment. That really does mean a lot to people, not just myself, but any of the creators that you guys watch. Because I know a lot of people that watch me watch a lot of other people too, because I do see, you know, you like, guys go watch everybody else's videos and like you're cheating on me. I can't believe it. Especially with that feline lady. No, but again, it is a lot of, it is a little bit of work putting some of this stuff out, and, you know, time, and I think some people don't really realize what's all involved. And again, I am bare bones minimum, so I can imagine the stuff that Kat does, and Exotic Slayer and Dark Den and Tarantula Dan, and some of the guys that do, you know, long videos. Tarantula Dan's videos are always like really super long. And there's a couple other ones I can't remember who, DEA Exotics, I think maybe. His videos are very long too. Of course, my opponent in the Fatal Fangs, Alex from Tarantula Haven, his videos could be like 3 minutes long if he wanted to, but he's just like me. He likes to talk, as you can tell right now. Yeah, that's it. This is where I always get to that. Do I really want to say anything more, or do I want to just shut up and get everyone's probably like, okay, Dave, just stop talking. So I'm going to stop talking. Wish everybody a good weekend. Safe travels. For those of you that work, don't work too hard. And happy keeping.